Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solution. I am Payal Wakijani, your host for the evening, and let's begin with today's webinar. We were discussing about workforce planning, and let's recap our previous webinar where we learned about what is workforce planning and what's the primary goal and objective of workforce planning. We discussed all um, theoretical we did the theoretical discussion about workforce planning, and we discussed about all the benefits of workforce planning and why do we do workforce planning. And then um, I told you how do we what are the pre requisites of workforce planning and how do we create an application, and how do we do configuration in our EPBCL application for our workforce planning. Where we discussed about how do we create an application. Secondly, we discussed about how do we configure our workforce application. Let me remind you again how do we do it. First, we go to at our home page. First, we click on to application and then click on to configure. And while you click on to configure, you get into such page. You get into such page where in the very left hand corner you get a text written configure strategic modeling, and in the very right hand side of strategic modeling you have a drop down menu where you can see all the modules in under the EPBCL, that is strategic modeling, financial, workforce, capital, and projects. So click on to workforce, as we are discussing all about workforce module in today's webinar. And till now till now we learned how do we set the planning and forecast preparation. a uh, to which we did current fiscal year financial year 2023 and the period December, and we were planning for the next fiscal year. We um, we discussed about how do we set plan uh, set plan for our required business according to our required business needs for different financial years. Here I have done the monthly planning for financial year 24, 25, and 26. For 27 I have done the quarterly planning, and for 28 I have set the yearly planning. And similarly we will choose a forecast. Here I have chosen monthly forecasting option, and save and close respectively. Again, you get into such dimensions where you will upload all the metadata files. Here I showed you all the metadata files. These files would be our CSV files. Let me show it to you again. These are the this is the file we upload for all the dimensions. When we upload the following file, we get our status as completed with a green flag, and the rest all will be shown here would be not configured. And then again you will go to home page. Make sure you sign out and sign in again after configuration and refresh your database. Let's do it. That's some problem with the application, I guess. Let me um, wait. Let's start again with this. Here I will migrate my application which we created yesterday. Till now, let's begin again. Okay, let's configure our workforce module again. Configure, enable features. When you click on to enable features, you have so many options right here to enable. Choose your options very wisely. How this would ensure how you want your application to be. So, and once enable, you cannot disable the same. So choose everything very wisely. Granul granularity, it consists of employee job and employee and job, which means select employee to manage workforce expenses at the employee only level. Select job to manage job workforce expenses at the job only level. Select employee and job to manage workforce expenses by both employee and jobs. Here, for the ease of understanding, I am choosing employee and job right here. Okay, so let's enable expense planning. Expense planning has three things: additional earnings, benefits, and taxes. Here you can choose your limits up to 30, but here I am adding till 10. Here I need to explain merit based planning and assumption as well. So I am enabling merit based planning and merit assumptions as well for the global and non compensation expenses. Again, enable flexible account mapping global, and then uh, headcount planning, workforce planning, and then when you will see here, I have enabled everything I need in my application according to my own business needs, right? This has to this process would be very dynamic according to the dynamic according to each entity, right? It would not be same for every entity. Again, map and rename dimension. Here I already have so many dimensions which would be primary for any workforce planning application. If you again, if you want any custom dimension, you can enable and add custom dimensions from here. Currently I don't need any dimension, and I will work with the same, so I'm not enabling any of them. But if you enable, yes, okay. processes. There's a problem with the application, I guess. So let's wait and wait for the application to respond. Once you enable your enable features, the application would send a would show a notification of uh, successfully enablement of the feature. Sorry for the delay. Let's see if our process is not completed yet. Let me try again one more time. Okay, after enabling the workforce configuration, enabling features of the workforce module, you will get into such kind of a page where you import all the metadata for each of the dimension, like employee, entities, job, right? You will import the union code, and you will import the component, and after that you have to define planning and forecasting preparation, which I told you earlier. And after all that, you will refresh your application and sign in and sign out again, and give time for our application to reset, right? Oh, after this, the second the third thing you have to do is to define variables. After define variable for each of the dimension, uh, I have done this already uh, here, but you can, okay, I'll show you. uh, in the very right hand side, you have a member selector. Click onto the member selector and you can choose uh, either the parent member with the function like I descendant, or you can choose any member itself and define user variable for each of the dimensions. Here I have defined all of the dimension and save. After defining variables, click on to user preferences on the very right hand side. When you click on to user preference, you get into a general page, and in the very left hand corner of the page you have preferences, and you have several options below it like general, display, notification, ad hoc options, user variables, report, and from printing. Click on to user variables. Now define all the member by clicking on to member selector. You have to define user variables, uh, zero level member as user variable. Here this user variable will act as a filter in a form to input data and work on a planning processes. Here I am choosing total entity is sales US. Okay, then reporting currency would be USD. Scenario OEP actual version, OEP working years, financial year 24, because we are planning for the next fiscal year. Financial accounts, expense planning, total expense, operating expense, total compensation. Just choose a zero level member. Again, expense driver would be head count. New employees, OWP hiring requisition 1, and period. Define the period you want to plan for. Here I am defining January as a period I'll be working for. Save. After choosing user variables and user preferences, again click on to home button, click on to application, configure, workforce module. When you get into workforce module, click on to benefits and taxes. Here you get when you calculate, when a company gives a salary to an employee, it uh, does not give this basic and DA. It adds on so many benefits, additional income, and taxes into the salary, and this is what we have to define in our application. What additional benefits, what additional income, and what taxes are taxes we have in taxes component we have in our salary income, right? We have to define it in our application so that our application can calculate the earnings of each of the employee uh, itself, right? So let me explain you what benefits. See, when you see income from salary, you there are so many components in income from salary, that is basic plus DA, bonus, fee or commission, some allowances like HRA, children education allowance, hostel expenditure allowance, transport allowance, conveyance allowance, traveling allowance, research allowance, and uniform allowance. These are the benefits. Um, these are the extra additional income our employee earns, right? Again, we have so many perquisites like rent-free accommodation, education facilities, transport facilities, ESOP or sweat equity shares, free food and beverages provided to an employee, which are generally added to the income of the employee, and use of movable assets like car or house of the employer by the employee is a taxable perquisite. So these are all add-ons to the salary income of the employee, retirement benefits and etc. And the taxes like professional taxes and TDS and other various other taxes are are the components of salary of an employee. So these are all we have to define in our own application for our workforce planning. So again, here I have defined some of the benefits and additional earning. So let's define these three into our own application, right? So click on to benefits. Here apply the filter as scenario as OEP actual, version as OEP working, components benefit. Here I have three benefits like medical contribution, staff provided provident fund, and maternity leave. So click on to medical contribution. Here you have to select the nature of the benefit, like it what component type it is. Component type can be rateable and threshold, simple, rateable, and custom. Here I am choosing simple just for the understanding. You can try various other component types according to your own business need. Then financial account salaries. Here I have salaries. Financial account can be salaries, overtime, bonus, pension plan, car allowance, other benefits, payroll taxes. Um, you can have different benefits under different financial account type. So choose according to each business need. So here financial account would be salaries. My payment, monthly payment term would be monthly, and value type would be flat amount. Value type could be flat amount, um, percentage of any salary, or percentage of overall earnings. So what let me explain. So if we talk about value type, we have flat. So what is flat value type? That I give simply a number, like I say 50,000 rupees I would give for the the benefit of 50,000 rupees every month I would give flat. So I will give 50,000 rupees only every month. There's no uh, such thing as variable. It would be fixed, right? Fixed amount. Again, when I talk for every employee, fix this for every employee. Okay, flat. Again, when value type is percentage of salary, percentage of salary. So this would be the, this suppose I say 10% of salary. This would be a variable benefit. Why variable? Because it will depend upon the salary of an employee. Suppose for example, if I talk about employee A, employee Raman, okay, has a salary of 50 lakhs. So the, if my value type would be percentage of salary, so the benefit would be, benefit amount would be 10% of 50 lakh. So his amount of benefit would be 5 lakh rupees. Similarly, if a employee named Ria has a salary of 12 lakhs, the benefit would be for 1,20,000. So this is a variable benefit. It would change according to the employee salary. Similarly, percentage of overall earnings would depend, like uh, suppose, okay, percentage of overall earnings. Suppose let's talk about one employee named Ria. Okay, she has a basic of 5 lakhs, DA of 2 lakh, and total sal and other benefits of 3 lakhs. So what would be her total salary? her total salary would be equal to 10 lakhs rupees, right? So here what they are saying, if the percentage of, if I put percentage on overall earnings, then my benefit will be calculated on 10 lakh rupees. But when I will choose value type percentage of salary, it could be percentage of basic plus DA or just basic. This is how value type works. Here I am choosing value type as flat amount, maximum value type flat amount, threshold scope would be monthly or yearly. Threshold scope can be set as how often the company wants to pay the employee, like it would be monthly or yearly. And taxable component is to describe if the benefit is taxable or not taxable. So here I have defined everything I want to give in my application. Then click on to save and next. When you click on to save and next, you get into page where you need to define, like I said, I want my value type as flat amount, so I have to give flat amount in this area, that is of 50,000 rupees. And I would select and drag the same for the financial year. Save next, and this would show um, the monthly benefits here. Save, okay, close. I think there's a problem with the application. Wait. Similarly, I would create for the staff provident fund, where component type would be simple salaries and monthly. Per here I have taken value type as a percentage of I'm sorry, a value type as percentage of salary, and threshold scope as um, let's take yearly, and yes, save next. Here I have defined staff provident as 12%. So click on to that, save next, okay, and it would show previous.